today I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I puff my hair two different ways. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Please be sure to subscribe. So what I did was I started off on slightly stretched hair. These braids have been in for a few days because I didn't have a reason to go anywhere, so these braids were in for a while. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and just unravel, like open up my hair. With opening up my hair, this is going to give your puff more body, especially if you have fine hair. So I'm just opening it up as much as I can without losing definition. It depends on the type of puff that you want. For this type of puff, I wanted kink to it, so I did allow it to keep its braid out form. Because I have a super small head, I do go ahead and I pick my roots and try to give myself a little bit of a shape to my head, because I don't like how my head looks when it's too flat. It also makes it a little bit difficult for me to puff my hair. So as you can see with just what I'm doing, it's a cute style in itself, but we're not doing this style. We're not doing a braid out style. We're doing a puff. So the first method is I go ahead and I just grab an elastic hair tie. This does not have any metal clips or anything. This is a purely elastic one, and I just go ahead and I put that on and I smooth my hair up. And for me, this is the easiest way and the quickest way that I puff my hair, because it gets the job done in such a short amount of time. I'm just making sure that none of my hair is caught on it, but I can tell you sometimes my hair does rub on the elastic or it gets caught in it from the smoothing. So I'm gonna give you an alternative way if you don't want to use the elastic hair tie, even though for me it is definitely the quickest. So what I'm showing you now, I'm just gonna of course take out that elastic tie and show you how I do it with a ribbon. So these pack of ribbons, I've actually had these for a few years because one lasts forever, and I just reuse the same ribbon. And I do prefer the ribbon because it's less damaging and it's less drying on my hair. So of course your ribbon is just so smooth, you want to go ahead and knot the ends on each side. You can knot the ends once on each side, you can knot the ends twice on each side, but for me I just knot it once because once is good enough for me. So once I've knotted my ribbon, I go ahead and position it. The way that I position is I try to have an equal amount in the front. This is a high puff, so I'm going to position the ends in the very front. Once it's positioned to the front, I cross it over. So I'm going to cross it over and I'm going to tuck one underneath the other and start to tighten. Now you don't want it too tight, you just want it a little bit taut so that you can actually smooth your hair as you're tugging it. And I checked it with my finger to make sure that my finger can pass through. That means that it's not that tight. So I just repeat the same process like I did when I used the elastic hair tie, with holding the ribbon up as I'm smoothing my hair up into how high I want my puff to be. So once it's reached the heightness that I want, I just go ahead and I tighten it. Since it's already tied, I just tighten it. And what I do is, now I used to at some point used to tie this in the back of my head, but that's way too tight for me. So I grab a bobby pin and I place it in between the knots. So I just make sure that the knots are long enough to cross over each other, and then I use the bobby pin to hold it in place, and the knots are going to stop the ribbon from unraveling. It's going to give your hair just enough tension to keep the puff, but not a lot of tension. Now because I had already puffed my hair, I'm just gonna go ahead and just shape it a little bit with my hands. If there are any pieces that I don't want sticking up, I'm just going to go ahead and position those where I want it to be. You can just shape it how you want. So what I usually do is I usually take out my sides. I just find this is so cute. You can wet it and curl it. You can choose not to curl it and just leave it as it is. But I do prefer to kind of take out my sides before I puff my hair. Like I'll maybe twist it or I'll clip it so it doesn't get in the way when I'm puffing my hair. because it's easier than how I'm doing it now, because there's a possibility that you're gonna, your hair's gonna get caught, you're gonna take out too much hair. So that's what I had. I took out too much hair the first time, so now I'm just correcting that. And because my hair is so long in the front, I can actually just go ahead and tuck that underneath the ribbon, and my hair won't be too tight. I can go ahead and tuck some more and it won't be too tight. And these are just the ways that I puff my hair using one hair tie or a ribbon for beginners. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. Be safe, guys.